Hello and welcome to this edition of Brand Buzz. I'm Ankita Saxena and this is the show where we get you the most interesting conversations from the world of brands and marketing. And today I'm in conversation with the Head of Marketing and Corporate Communication for Tata Capital, Kaushik Chakraborty, on a Tata Capital becoming the associate sponsor for Tata Women's Premier League with the launch of a new campaign, Game Bolega. Hi Kaushik, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us on Brand Buzz.
Thank you very much.
Kaushik, you've come out with your new campaign, Game Bolega. Now tell us what was the insight behind this campaign and how does this campaign differentiate from the other media strategies that Tata Capital has come out with?
Yeah, so Tata Capital, has been associated with Women's Premier League for the last 3 years now. This is the third year in progress. And we have walked on a very serious insight for when we thought of the campaign Game Bolega. Basically, the basic instinct is that we are challenging stereotypes. This campaign is about celebrating the spirit of the game, so to say. Having said that, it also highlights the rise of women in cricket. We celebrate in the process the athletes, the players, and the fans. Fans are our customers, and this brings to us a different cohort of customers who are much younger, much more sports savvy, are very open about all sorts of sports across the gender diversity. So that gives us a great opportunity to actually talk to some of them. It also emphasizes the fact that as a campaign, this is talking about talent, this is talking about skill, this is talking about determination, even performance, what matters, over perceptions and biases which exists. So this is the most core insight on which the campaign was designed. Having said that, we took that as an opportunity as a brand to communicate to our customers with a very focus on human-centric approach rather than product-centric, which is very common in financial services. We have used this as an opportunity to actually take the emotional plank rather than talking about product and to highlight the struggles that players, especially women players, have in their journey.
Right. Also, Kaushik, tell us how well has this campaign done for you and what are the innovative media strategies that you adopted for this campaign?
Well, the campaign has started about 2 weeks back, so it's still going on, as you can see. But with, half of the campaign over, I can tell you with a lot of confidence that the campaign is doing well, so to say. Yeah. We have seen good traction in digital, in television. We have seen great engagement in social media. We have seen a lot of people, all the basic marketing parameters, whether it is response rate, whether it is click rate or any other leads, we have seen a huge traction in that. Right. And with a fair amount of information, I can tell you that it looks like that the brand recall is also improving. So overall, the campaign is doing well. Yeah. However, as a brand, I think we have taken this opportunity to experiment with hyper-personalization. We are trying to communicate better with very targeted customers, and we take help of AI in that. We are targeting, we are using regional content creators, we are using regional influencers to reach out to the audiences where the matches are being played. So this also gives us an opportunity to experiment with some of this. And we have used short form videos to a great extent this time. We have used 5 players of various teams, and we have created a whole lot of content which we are using in social media. Right. Throughout the campaign, we are also doing a kind of a contest for people who are watching the matches and engaging with us. And we are rewarding them with tickets in the Tata Capital fan box, which is there in most of the stadiums. And that's the best place I can assure you to watch the match. Yeah. So that's what we have thought of. We have used this as an opportunity to do kind of a 360-degree engaging campaign for our consumers.
Right. Also, Kaushik, tell us, how do you see your association with Tata Women's Premier League evolve in the future? And also, how does this resonate with the brand ethos of Tata Capital?
As a brand, Tata Capital, I can tell you that we are looking at the whole association as a very long-term association, and it's not a very short-term tactical tie-up. We as a brand see we have seen a unique value proposition in the whole overall Women's Premier League per se, which kind of marries well to our some of our core brand values,
Yeah.
which is, you can call it empowerment, it is inclusivity, or even trust. And we use that to communicate, to reach out to the audiences better. So we believe that it's a very, very long-term association, and we can do a lot of things. And it is also helping the brand Tata Capital to talk to the customers at a very emotional level, rather than in financial services. It's very common to talk about products directly, and you don't have a very long-term connect. So we are using this as an opportunity to do that.
Kaushik, let's talk about Tatas and their association with sports. In fact, we have Tata Marathon, and we have now the Tata Women's Premier League also. How do you see, the brands, especially in the financial services space, evolve as far as brand sponsorship, sports sponsorships, and entertainment marketing is concerned?
Great question. I mean, like all other brands, including financial services brand, everyone wants to improve their brand visibility through sponsorship and tying up with such events, whether it is sports or entertainment. However, as Tata Capital, we look much beyond that. We take this as an opportunity to deeply engage with our people, with our customers, consumers who are watching us, and to communicate with them better. Because on a regular basis, when we are communicated for our products and services, we don't get that opportunity. So this is a great opportunity to actually personalize and reach out to the regional audiences who are actually seeing the matches in their own city. So some experimentation with regional content we are doing. As financial brand, I think one of our unstated kind of objective is to promote financial literacy and financial awareness, because otherwise financial services are looked at as very product and not viewed holistically. So this is an opportunity to do that, to promote financial literacy. So, and also because this is about Women's Premier League and talking about women doing better on an everyday basis in a sphere which is primarily a man's domain. So we see it's a very higher order opportunity for us to improve trust in the brand. And it also helps us to tie back to the unique value proposition which I was telling you about, whether it is inclusivity or trust. As a pure marketer, selfishly I can tell you that this also gives you an opportunity to deal with large data and to do data-driven marketing. And last but not the least, it gives me an emotional plane to communicate with the customer.
Right. So big access to big data, and of course communicating on a very personal level, and also localizing content, as you mentioned, because you've hired a lot of local influencers also to communicate. Interesting. But Kaushik, tell us, let's talk about AI and tech. That's the buzzword right now that's heating up in the space of marketing as well. In fact, AI and tech has become a very big differentiator as far as the financial tech or financial services are concerned. How has AI been an enabler for you?
So, I mean, I feel myself to be lucky in a period when this is happening. It is really, you can call it AI has really disrupted certain services or the way you do business. And we are in an era where we are seeing that happening. And being in India, being in financial services, we are one of those companies who are open about experimenting and failing and learning and again re-experimenting. So as a brand, we have been on this journey for the last more than 1 year. As far as marketing is concerned, in AI, we have obviously started using it for content creation, whether it is for creatives, and we have learned and maybe tweaked and optimized our approaches over time. Because initially there was a whole lot of content getting created through AI. Then we realized that it is not necessarily rewarded equally by the Google algorithms. So we reprioritized that. Even on the creative side, a lot more experiments was done initially, but on the rights of the actual content which is there, we realized that there is some risks associated to it. So we are now replanning the whole process. As far as otherwise in marketing, we have also used AI a lot in hyper-personalization. Our marketing automation platform which we use has that capability, and we dissect on the fly databases and target them with communication which suits them best.
Right. In fact, Kaushik, you mentioned how it has helped you, how you've personalize the campaigns, and you've hired those local influencers to hyper localize the content as well. How has AI really helped you in making sense of the piles of data that you get through this?
Yeah, so that's the only way, because obviously the data is coming on a real-time basis, and you have to you have to set your target customers in a way, and the system will then dissect it on the fly, and then you use your communication to target them. And not necessarily every communication will work always with the same person.
Okay.
A person's past history helps them to understand whether he opens on an email or an SMS or WhatsApp, and accordingly the content is sent. The same content sent to two people are in different time zones, because I might be having a history of opening my mail while going back from office. The other person can be looking at it late in the day. Accordingly, the messages are pushed out. Right. So we have our platform is a very new age platform that we use, and we have been in the forefront of experimenting with all of this.
Right. So Kaushik, do you see any difference, with the advent of AI and the kind of things that you just mentioned of how you are personalizing and targeting your audience? What is the difference now versus 10 years back? Because 10 years back, we didn't have AI, right? And, this sort of personalization was something that we had not imagined.
That's right. And most importantly, at scale. So now I can do personalization to lakhs and lakhs of people together on the fly, and everyone will be getting a different experience as per their past history. And that is the main differentiation, because we have been trying with personalization for some time now, but now that it can be done really on scale and effectively is the difference.
Right. Have you noticed any difference because of that on the ROI as well? Because after all, a marketer, that is why the campaigns are set out, right, with an intention of for a return on investment. Has it made any difference with that?
Well, overall, the whole funnel changes. The marketing funnel, starting from maybe an open rate to a click rate. So when open rate is when you open
the different metrics also.
So the top of the funnel is when the person sees and opens an email versus and opens an SMS or something else, and then you read that, and then you click on it, and then only if you're interested, then you will give the lead. So if the top of the funnel was lesser before because people were not opening, so the whole funnel becomes smaller and smaller. So now the funnel has automatically become bigger, and as a result, it has direct implication on your overall conversion.
Conversions, correct. Kaushik, at this juncture, marketing, the landscape as far as the consumer behavior is also concerned, it's changing at a very, very rapid pace. What is exciting you right now as far as the marketing landscape is concerned, and what would be your advice to the marketers of today?
Well, I mean, to start with, what excites me, and I think it as a few top 2-3 trends for the next year. Obviously, the advent of artificial intelligence and how it is helping us personalizing communication at scale. That is already a trend, and people have started using it, and that will only become stronger this year. Apart from that, another thing I believe is slowly and steadily becoming a trend for marketing is, especially in a country like India, which is quite fanatic about sports and entertainment, is I call it cultural marketing, and I think sports is a part of culture of a country. And as a result, I think more and more companies will associate themselves with various sporting events. It is obviously started with cricket, and now it is slowly percolating into other sports, including kabaddi and all. So, and people are seeing great value in that. So cultural marketing is on the rise, and obviously definitely in the next 1 year I see a good increase in that. And then comes various other kind of tactical marketing trends, India being kind of the birthplace of payments innovation. I see the next wave of payments coming from voice and video, and so that has to be adopted well by marketeers. And most importantly, though it is late in the day, but I think any time now we are facing a kind of a cookieless world where you cannot actually target back a person because of his past history. And so marketeers has to be now on the ball to create kind of a first party data strategy so that you can actually target them better. I think the only advice that I would say is that be open to ideas, try and find ways to embrace them.
Yeah.
It does not matter whether you succeed always or not, but you should try.
Okay.
And the fun is in that.
Okay. All right, Kaushik,
you.
thank you. That's a very insightful advice for all the marketers watching it. But thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us on Brand Buzz.
Thanks, Ankita. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks.